Welcome to the podcast Consultancy Elite. The podcast is hosted by M2 Advisory and presented by Marlene Somoharjo. We engage with our lead consultants across the world, discussing business strategies, future solutions, macroeconomic developments, and personal beliefs. Dear everyone, welcome to another episode of the podcast with my special guest today, Susanne Fagerstrom from Ireland. Susanne is a successful serial entrepreneur, mother, and life and business coach who recently added to her business the Golden Code, a success formula to thrive in both your personal as business life. I've met Susanne at the Global Women Business Club and I was much impressed by her perseverance and entrepreneurial spirit. In today's episode, we will focus on her entrepreneurial spirit and how did she manage as a mother of 4 to found multiple businesses and develop her success formula into a business and is a living example of her formula. I would like to introduce my dear guest, Susanne Fagerstrom, ladies and gentlemen. Susanne, how are you?
Thank you. I'm so great to be here. It's an honor to be here, actually. I really appreciate your inviting me to your podcast. Really, I'm excited.
Yes, me too. I really would like to just let our audience know how wonderful person you are. So please tell my audience about your upbringing, your career, and just mention everything that you would like to mention today.
Okay, as you said, my name is Susanne Fagerstrom. I'm from the Scandinavia, actually from a small island between Finland and Sweden called Åland Islands. It's closer to Sweden, but belongs to Finland. So we are talking only Swedish, but we are belong to Finland. So a little bit different. We are independent here. It's islands. It's 5,000 islands. So it's water all over. So we are living in the middle of the Baltic Sea, actually. So that's where I'm living, in the water. I love water. So I'm from here and I have been working here, started here actually, my career as a TV star actually, and after a couple of years I moved to Stockholm and took my first degree in economics at the University of Stockholm. But after that I started to summarize my entrepreneurial journey, started to open a lot of stores. The first one was actually in Denmark, not in the island. It was in Denmark in toys, started with toys. But after a couple of years, I got my first child and I wanted to move back home again. So at the same time, started a second store, got my first child, and the second year after that, opened a third store and my second child, and so on. So I got 4 sons. The oldest son was 5 years old when the 4th son I was giving birth to. So they were really, really close in time. At the same time, I opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stores. So I have really been in retail, first my own stores, but then also franchise stores when you franchise a store. But then after that, I was the one who opened the big chain here in the island. So that was really a journey, an entrepreneurial journey, because there were so many different branches, all in retail, of course. But it went from clothes, shoes, interior design, it was coffee shop, it was several different stores and also in different places. So I ended up with my own warehouse actually. And today I have sold all of them, but I'm still the manager, the CEO of a shopping center where we have how many? 15, 20 stores under the same roof. So I'm still working in a retail business, and I love to serve people, because service and selling is to serve people and to get them happy and satisfied what they are buying, because shopping is nice, and if you find the things you want, it's nice to find them. That was the first purpose in my life, to open a lot of stores, and I really enjoyed it. It was fun, and when you do something fun, you go into flow. You forget time, and you forget, to eat and drink, because it's so fun. At the same time, the most important in my life is my children, and for me, it's so important to be with them, to be 100% present when I'm with them. So focus was actually for my 4 sons. So I bring them with me. I brought them with me for the fairs, for the shops, for everything I did. I brought them with me. So they have been, when they were small, with me, but then they started school, and I had the office at home, and I have a amazing staff. My people around me, they did the work, actually. So I had an incredible team, because it was the team. It was many people who made the results, actually. So many things went good, but not all of them. And of course, I have done so much. So I have made failures as well, and lost a lot of money. And I think it was 2012 or 11, kind of. It wasn't fun anymore, because I did the work only to make other people happy. I didn't like my work anymore, because it was stressful, and when you don't like your work anymore, you don't do it that good either, because if you like something you do, you do it good. So 2012, I had a little breakthrough that this wasn't my purpose in life anymore. I was done. I was tired, and my body said stop as well. So I had a burnout, and it was a period of time I didn't work at all, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I wasn't happy. I was the good girl, I have had successful business, mother of 4, big house, everything was looking good on the surface, but inside I felt lonely and insanely sad. So I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I ended up there. I was in the performance hole, to be accepted for what I do, what I did, not for who I am. So I was really struggling, and the business didn't went well at the same time. So it was really a bad time at that time. So that led me into university again, and this time it led me into mental training, hypnosis, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and it was amazing. It was magical. I was like a sponge. I sucked everything into me, and I read hundreds of books, and I went to hundreds of seminars, and thousands of euros spending on these seminars, because it was amazing. I suddenly understood it was a bigger meaning in life. I could live the life I desired, not what every other was expecting from me. And I became really obsessed to find is this really true? This is too good to be true, because I find out that it's a formula, it's a recipe, it's a system. If you stick to the system, if you follow the recipe, you get what you want. It's the same thing when you're cooking. You follow the recipe, you get the cake you want, you know. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I started, this is 11 years ago. So I started 2011 to try this recipe on myself, and unparalleled results show up in my businesses, in my career, in my health, in my family, in my relationship, everywhere. So now, when we are talking about abundance and prosperity, it's not only about money and business. It's also about luck, happiness, harmony, you know, to feel happy from inside, not from outside. It was a new chapter in my life started. The journey was, you know, I was like, this is too good to be true. This is too good to be true. So I started to follow the system. I was determined to find out, is this really true? And I stick to my different strategies, and I found out, yes, I get results every time, small and big, you know, so big that it was unbelievable. And I was thinking, can I share this with the world? And I said, no, they don't gonna believe me. So instead, I opened up for coaching. I started coaching, mental training, hypnosis, and I was a coach of the subconscious mind. So I started to use the strategy to my clients and also customers. It was not only clients, it was customer, big companies, you know, they had goals to sell more, to reach their goals, to have bigger revenue, and you know, things that you can measure. And yes, it's worked for them too. So I was like, whoa, this is amazing. So I suddenly understood that the skill set you have, it's only 10%. Because I have a skill set. Everybody can have skill set to sell things and to market, selling and marketing and service. It's not that kind of rocket science. It's easy. But if you like what you are doing, and if you believe in yourself, and if you feel happy what you are doing, then it's cause and effect. You get what you want, you get what you desire. But if you are working too much, you are struggling, you are putting hours and hours in, and you are feeling exhausted, then you don't get the results. So I have experience with myself and my companies and clients, and find a formula, and I have used it now for 11 years. And I wanted to go global. And suddenly COVID hit us. So in 2 years, nothing happened. I have been written 3 books. One is Success, Powerful Women and Handbags. And that's a femme entrepreneur guide, how to live a luxury life and get the life you desire, better relationship. Don't work as hard as you think you need to. And, you know, to find, how can I get the life I desire without working so much? That was the first book. The second book, I was a co-author. It was neuro-linguistic programming for teachers and also for students, how to learn things. And the second and last book is the Golden Code. It's actually the recipe, the formula, how to unlock the secrets to success, and how to get success in all areas in life. And this is not happen overnight. It's happen over time. If you stick to the recipe, if you stick to the formula, then you get the results 100% sure. And this is so amazing. So I don't know I suddenly, after COVID hit us, needed to go global, to go international. And suddenly I need to shift language because I have never worked in English. I have never used English. I have only worked with Swedish clients here in Finland, but also in Sweden. Okay, I have had a couple in England and also another country as well. But, that was not that many customers. So I needed suddenly to change language and use English. So this is new for me, but still, I want to share my great work with the whole world, because the greatest gift you can give to someone is to share your personal development. And really, you don't have to sacrifice anything if you don't want to. You can, okay, you have to work. It's not that you stop working because you need to work, but you don't have to sacrifice. You only need to work with things you love and things you feel that you are in alignment with, that you feel it's fun and give a meaning to you. And that's new, because earlier I thought you have to work 10, 16 hours a day, but now I can work shorter period of time and even better results. So it's all about having a system, to follow a system. And when you have a system to follow with techniques and strategies, then you have the result. So I have 2 university degrees and a lots of trainings and seminars and books. And I have also started about 15 companies and helped hundreds of clients, and all of them have got the same results. So I have a lot of testimonials as well. So I'm so happy that I can help. And I'm happy because when I'm happy and they are happy, then we get a happier world. It's a better world then. So my purpose is to have people. My mission is to help people, millions of people, maybe 1 million people, to increase their emotional vibration. And that the way they can feel good about themselves, about their life, about their business, that they wake up with a smile on their face, they fall asleep with a smile on their face, they are together with the people they love, they have good relationship, and health. Health is the first wealth, because if you are healthy, you are wealthy. So wealth is very important for me. Wealth is health, but also wealth to be lucky, luck, harmony, prosperity, to get everything you desire. So if you have a recipe for that, you can have everything you desire. So I see so many people struggling, giving up on health, giving up their business, giving up their relationship, giving up on so many things because they don't have the recipe. They don't have the techniques. They don't have the tools. They don't know how to handle it. And if they don't know, of course, they give up on everything. Or relationship, business. And okay, sometimes you maybe need to give up something, but then you need to know, I want to give this up, instead of living a life of fear or obstacles or limitations. So that's actually the golden code. First of all, to find out, what is my core values? What is important for me? Not important as this is important, this is important. No, what's important, real important. And you can get this importance out from your inner self, from your true self. And you cannot do that without talking to your subconscious mind. So that's why I'm talking to your subconscious mind. I'm the coach of the subconscious mind, because when I ask you consciously what's important for you, maybe you say, my business is important, my family is important. Yes, of course, I can understand that, but when I'm talking to your subconscious mind, suddenly maybe peace, harmony shows up, and you are struggling, busy with your life, with your business, with your family, and suddenly your subconscious mind, I want to have more peace and harmony. That's why I'm not that healthy, because I'm not listening to my subconscious mind. So in the golden code, first of all, to find out what is my core values. And after that, you have so many limitations. To get rid of the obstacles, to get rid of the limitations, and you have to do it unconsciously. Because consciously, yes, this is stopping me. Okay, we get rid of it. But it's so easy to say, because we are running program. We are programmed to run our program. So we have to reprogram our mind and put a new program, and we do it unconsciously through hypnosis or coaching the subconscious mind, or through neuro-linguistic programming. So I have 3 tools I work with. It depends on what the customer wants and feel comfortable with.
Okay, that is very good to hear, because now my audience really has a very broad range of everything that you have been doing during all these years. I'm so excited. And also listening to this and like, wow. But what really was most striking to me is what really hit my heart is just being how you shared your vulnerability with us. And I think that's a very good point that you mentioned, that just coming from this place that you thought that everything in the surface was okay, but it just felt like everything was okay, and everyone thought that it also was okay because you were doing okay in what everything perceived to be okay. That is something that so many people are struggling with, and that is just also what you're now defining and just saying. Sometimes it comes from your upbringing, for example, so your conscious mind, or something just in your your subconscious that you actually don't know what it is, but you really feel this very sad feeling that you have. And I find it's very important that you really have the tools that you can just work with that and help people get them to a next level. I really love that, because that's so powerful. You doing that and just helping people with that. Also from a business point of view, I find that very important, like measuring and having the recipe and measuring over and over again, rating whether this was good or not. I found that so powerful, and you helped so many people with that, and just going through that. And just actually my next question to that is, because you had this entrepreneurial mindset still, even though when you didn't felt at your best, you still opened the stores. You were still able also to influence people. And you mentioned it. You have a very good staff working with you. But what was your unsubconscious that was the driver behind this?
When I opened the store, actually, I saw a big hole. This is a small island. I have been living in a big capital, Stockholm. I saw it was so many stores we didn't have in our small island. And I saw a big hole, and I wanted to serve my people here, to have them also to have the stores here. So it was my pleasure to serve them, instead of, having only a few stores. So that's why I started to open that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stores was the most amount I have at the same time. So it was for me a pleasure to serve, because when I serve, I get. So I was happy, and I earned money on it as well. So it served me, it served them. It was a win-win for everybody. So that was like, okay, what we do we need more? What do we need more? What do you want more? What do you want me? And they call me, I want you to open. And they still do. If we have a vacation in our galleria, they call me and said, okay, I want this store. So they still do, because, I have been working with this so many years now, actually, since I was, it's 40 years, actually. So it's a long period of time.
Yeah. Yes. It's very impressive. And it's like you said, so your core is just serving people, which is a beautiful, beautiful mindset, and just giving that back. And now you're giving people, you're helping them in their business, you're helping them in their personal life. I find it very important that you have this balance. I know for myself that I did not have the balance for years. I was only focused so much on the business, and I just really neglected everything that was on the personal level. Also, from you mentioned it, the wealth is your health. That connection just came later on.
That's very true, but still, we have to remember that often we lead our lives thinking about what other people want from us and our need from us. We think about what is their need. We need to feel good about ourselves first. We need to love ourselves first and create inner peace. Because if you do as I did, I was struggling in the end, I was just serving without thinking of myself. And I ended up in the performance hole. It was too much, because only when we can give of ourselves to others is when we are satisfied by doing it. Because some people say it's better to give than to receive. How can that be true? How can this work for you? Because the greatest gift is to give to someone your own personal development. That's my responsibility to share my great work, because I have done it so many years, and my knowledge is huge, but I have made so many mistakes, so many failures. And no one is perfect. No one is. But if we have a recipe, a formula to follow, then you can stick to your brighter future, to your alignment, and you don't need to go down in the hole. I learned to bounce back, and I still slip down. I still do, and I still affected from the outside world when something happened. But abundant thinkers, they don't react what people say from the outside, because they create their inner results, and they believe in them before they are visible. So my first reaction when my first business failed was to blame myself and to blame difficult customers or difficult market or something like that. But instead of being kind to yourself and believe in yourself, then when you take control over your own life, then the result will show up. It's so incredible.
It's so powerful that you mentioned that, because you see that lots of people are not taking the responsibility to be in charge of their own life, of their own destiny. And I really love that, how you show people how you can do that, and just also learning them the steps and the formulas in this, just to tell them, okay, this is what you need to do from this point of view. And what is also very important, we're human, so we make mistakes, and it's very good that you mention the mistakes, because people think that you need to be perfect in this. No, you can make your mistakes, but what is the difference in making a mistake and staying with your mistake, or learning from your mistake? And that is just something that you are just showing people. You can make your mistakes, but just really bounce back very quickly, so that you can create your own destiny in this. So I really love that.
Actually, you want to make failures or mistakes because you learn from them. It's learnings, and you want to make mistakes very early, because then you learn from them. And if you don't make any mistakes, you are not human. So you don't resonate with other people, because you attract people who you are alike. And I don't know if someone attracts people who are perfect. I don't think so. But I realized when I was struggling, I wanted a better life. I needed to change my thoughts. I needed to change my thoughts, my actions, and my feelings, because that's one of the pillars in the recipe. And I did. I changed my life dramatically. And I become obsessed with the self-development, because I read hundreds of books, as I said, and you are growing, you are growing, you are growing. And when you are growing, you are not complaining, you are not blaming, you are not yelling or bragging or arguing or talking bad things about people. Instead, you are observing what's happening. You register what's happening, and you accept it. You accept the circumstances, and from there, you create your new future. You create your new personal reality. And when you create your new personal reality, that become your new personality. So you became a new person. Old you and a new you. So you have to reprogram a pattern, the program you are running in your mind. So that's why I said it's 90% mindset and 10% as skills. 10% what I've learned during my 30 years in business. It's only 10%. The rest is 90% mindset.
Yeah, I know. Can you share your biggest learning point in this? Also being a mother, and just, I know that you're a public figure on your island. So what have you learned?
I have learned that you can do both. You can be a mother and you can be a successful entrepreneur or business owner or a corporate leader. You can be both, but you have full focus on what you are doing. When you are with your children, full focus. Be here and now, be with them, have fun, have joy. And also when you are in your business, full focus on your business. Because you cannot be in your business thinking of your children and being with your children thinking of your business. So I have learned you can do both and feel happy with it. That's the most important. Focus on what you do 100% and do what you love. If you do what you love, I love to be with my children, and I took them with me. And if they said no children, and I said, okay, I don't buy from you anymore, because they were so important for me. And I wanted to have my office at home, because then they were home and they was playing, I was working. They were looking at television, I was working. So I was with them. I didn't sit with them every minute, every second, every hour, because I was home. I was there. So choose how you want to live, and you can live the life you want. And also to be a public figure, you have to take more responsibility then, because everybody knows who you are, and be a role model. And if all people think about that, take a little bit more responsibility to be a role model for your friends, for your family, for your children, for your grandparents, for your parents, for all, for each other. Then we will have a better world.
Well, yeah, it's so beautiful that you said that, because I think you're really creating this movement in this, saying that you're a role model, and if you influence one, you just will influence the world, being more happy on this. So just tell us more about this movement that you're creating, because I know for sure that you're the role model of this.
The movement, the golden code, when I found out that I want to create a movement, and the golden code is a formula, it's a recipe, as I said, you need the system, and it's how to unlock every secrets to success in all kind of areas in life. It could be business, it can be private, it could be family, relationship, money, whatever. It's 360 degrees abundance. I call it 360 degree abundance, but you have to focus on one thing at a time and have faith that it will show up in your life. Because if I order something in internet, I order a new pair of shoes. And if they haven't showed up the next day, I don't order them again. Well, I wait for them to come, because I know they will come. It's actually the same thing. When you plant a seed, wait for the result and have faith. And also to stay consistent, to master yourself, because that's the most important thing, to master the formula and master yourself with confidence, with certainty, that you know, I can live the life I desire. I can live my dream life. I have the skills, I have the resources within, because everything is created within. Everything which happen outside is things that we don't react on. And that's the most difficult things not to react on. So actually, to giving up a little bit of certainty and also show the focus and believe in yourself, then you have the possibility to live the life you desire, to those who you love, and happy. You know, that's the most important. For me, it's 3 words. It's happiness, it's harmony, and prosperity. And abundance is actually, it's for all. It's unlimited. All can have unlimited abundance.
Is this focused on women or is it focused on everyone?
Actually, it's focused on everyone. It's not only for women. It's easier for me to work with women sometimes because I'm a woman. I have done it. So I say to everybody, you can do it yourself, and you can ask help for your friends, but they are not you. It's better to take help from someone who coach you. They are maybe friends. They want to tell you how amazing you are because they love you, but they don't have the ability to coach your subconscious mind because they are not coaches. So it's better to take help from someone who have been there, done that, because then you know how to drive, how to go, where to go, because I can show my failures, I can show my wins, and I honestly will do that for everybody who wants to level up, because this is not for everybody. This is for those who want to level up. This is for those who really want to live the life they desire, or have bigger income, work less, or better relationship, and whatever. It's only about them who really are determined, because you need to stick to the recipe. You need to stick to the routines, because this is not happen overnight. It happened over time.
You need to have patience with yourself, and then also just have faith that it will just come to how did you plant the seeds. If you nurture it, if you give it the right thoughts, if you give it the right attention, then it will come. And I see so many people often think that it will happen during the night. If I just say my positive affirmation, or I did my mantra, and then it just happened. But it's something. It's over a period of 30 years, and people know where to find you and know how to approach you. But it has been a very long period, and still you're thriving. You're giving people your best, and just coming from that core value, serving others. And I really love that.
But actually, it's also serving myself first. Because if I'm serving myself, if I'm in harmony, and then I serve the people closest to me, my family, my children, my friends, and then their families, their girlfriends, and, friends outside. So you go further and further, and then suddenly the whole world. Because if I am congruent what I'm doing, then I'm calm, then I live in harmony. So I really, really want the whole world to be happy. And, there are so many people struggling. And if they have the tools to be happy and learn to bounce back, because we are humans, as we said before, learn to bounce back quicker and quicker and quicker. And that was also, all of you can change the world. All of you can do that. And the world needs some change. It does. It needs appealing. So I'm here to say, no matter how big you played, how big you have done before, no more hiding. Just do. No more shying away from doing what you love. Just do your truth calling, because all of you have a calling inside, but many people don't know what it is.
That's so beautiful. That's my last question that I would like to ask you. How would you like to be remembered by?
I want to be the founder of the big movement, the Golden Code, which helps 1 million of people finding themselves in harmony, finding themselves how to master themselves, how to live a life in abundance, because it's possible. And if you can dream it, you can do it, as Walt Disney said.
I love that. I think my audience will be just like they're listening in awe. They're just so. This is the message that we would like to give: positivity and just our gratitude that we achieve this and that we achieve this together. And I would love to thank you for this beautiful conversation, because it really touched my heart.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Susanne. Hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the podcast Consultancy Elite. For information, follow us at m2advisory.nl and Instagram at m2advisory. Send us an email or DM for further assistance.